Yeah, so nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the.
I mean, it's uncanny. So yeah, I would think. I mean, battered, both battered, exhausted. Like, you know, it was a brutal.
Teofimo Lopez was left in critical condition after his bout with Shakur Stevenson, following a punishing loss. The situation became alarming when Lopez sustained a serious eye injury that required immediate medical care. Stevenson's dominance showing left Lopez vulnerable, shocking fans who watch a fighter of his caliber end the night in such grave condition. This fight went beyond a simple defeat. It marked a frightening and potentially pivotal moment in Lopez's career.
The doctor
Counterpunch Boxing shared that Lopez is facing major health concerns following his loss to Shakur Stevenson. While the exact nature of the issues hasn't been revealed, the video Lopez released shows just how severe things are. Supporters are clearly concerned, realizing this is about far more than just one bout. It serves as a harsh reminder of how unforgiving boxing can be. Given Lopez's situation, what should have been a purely celebratory night for Shakur now feels far more serious.
His health conditions. What kind? I don't know. He didn't go into specifics, but I think he posted this video to show the severity, the seriousness of.
Despite Teofimo Lopez showing a lot of heart in the fight, the damage he absorbed from Shakur Stevenson was intense. Stevenson's sharp jab and pinpoint precision opened a nasty cut over Lopez's left eye. As the fight went into the later rounds, blood streamed down his face while he tried to stay competitive. This wasn't a small or routine injury. It was serious enough that Lopez required urgent medical care afterward, with doctors monitoring him closely in the hospital because of the level of trauma he suffered.
The outcome, I don't think he looked great in the fight. He was missing, and his timing seemed off.
The Pain Game emphasized how dominant Shakur Stevenson was against Teofimo Lopez. Whenever Lopez attempted to respond, he was hit with clean, precise shots that only increased the swelling and damage around his eye. It would have been reasonable for him to stay on the canvas. Yet Lopez continued to fight on, demonstrating his toughness despite the danger. His hospitalization after the bout underscored how severe the injuries were, highlighting the steep cost of stepping in the ring with a fighter like Shakur.
He kept getting up and he showed heart. You know, it probably would have been easy to stay down and not get your teeth shoved into you.
Eddie Hearn had nothing but praise for Shakur Stevenson following the win. He highlighted how sharp every punch was, with Shakur's jab and footwork constantly leaving Teofimo Lopez's damaged eye vulnerable. Hearn also stressed Stevenson's timing, conditioning, and complete range of skills, which explained why Lopez struggled so badly and ultimately required hospitalization. This wasn't simply a victory. It was a masterful performance that left Lopez seriously hurt and the boxing world in awe.
Shakur looked strong, you know, Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point, his footwork was incredible. It's his timing, it's his fitness.
Claressa Shields weighed in on Shakur Stevenson's dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez, quickly acknowledging the brutal nature of the bout. She noted how Shakur's sharp jabs to both the head and body left blood splattered on the canvas, underscoring the punishment Lopez took. This wasn't merely a display of talent. It was calculated, precise offense that escalated Lopez's eye injury into a serious medical problem, highlighting just how dangerous Stevenson is inside the ring.
Boxing. and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body. And we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is a stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
In his first remarks after overpowering Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson addressed the impact of his offense. He acknowledged connecting cleanly to both the head and body, including shots that aggravated Lopez's eye injury. Stevenson's precision and strength ultimately sent Lopez to the hospital following the bout. This went beyond a routine victory. It was a deliberate, well-executed performance that demonstrated how sharp skill and timing can completely tilt a fight in one direction.
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. Yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I hurt him a couple of times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top. I put on the
Daniel Jacobs shared his thoughts on Shakur Stevenson's commanding win over Teofimo Lopez, highlighting the obvious difference in ability between the two. Shakur's jabs and combinations repeatedly targeted Lopez's flaws, particularly the damaged eye, leaving him overwhelmed and later sent to the hospital. Jacobs emphasized that this outcome wasn't about effort or toughness, but raw skill. Stevenson's calm, precise approach completely exposed Lopez, turning the bout into a textbook performance and a reminder of how unforgiving boxing can be.
Always my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur, and I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set, and that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit. It wasn't about heart. It was about sheer talent. And
Bruce Carrington commented on Shakur Stevenson's overwhelming victory over Teofimo Lopez, noting how easy Stevenson made the fight look. Whenever Lopez attempted to mount a response, he exposed himself, and Shakur's speed and sharp counters immediately took advantage. Lopez tried switching to southpaw and throwing more punches, but none of it worked against Stevenson's precision. The damage, particularly to Lopez's eye, was obvious, making his trip to the hospital unsurprising. From the opening round onward, Shakur dictated the pace, reinforcing his status as one of the most complete and dangerous fighters in boxing.
He made it easy. I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on a back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him.
Coach Wall Ally applauded Shakur Stevenson's victory, describing it as a defining moment for his legacy. Stevenson didn't merely secure another 140-pound title. He systematically broke down Lopez with sharp, calculated attacks. Each jab and counter intensified Lopez's injuries, leaving him overwhelmed and ultimately hospitalized. Wall Ally emphasized Stevenson's timing, conditioning, and overall skill, pointing out that this was far more than a routine win. It solidified his dominance and left both fans and experts in awe of how effortlessly he controlled a fighter of Lopez's caliber.
Man, I'm very excited. I said this was another legacy fight for him, and he got a chance to, establish his legacy once again, winning another title at 140 pounds. So I'm very enthusiastic about his future and very proud of his performance.
Devin Haney weighed in on the bout, noting that Lopez appeared off his game from the very start. Shakur immediately capitalized, landing crisp shots that aggravated Lopez's eye injury and left him visibly in pain. Haney highlighted how composed and dominant Stevenson was, turning the match into a methodical and controlled takedown. While Lopez's bravery stood out, Shakur's precision, timing, and counterpunching explained why Lopez ultimately required hospital care. The performance elevated Stevenson's reputation and reinforced why he is considered one of boxing's most formidable fighters.